Hello, I'm David Farrow.
And I'm Kenny Todd.
And you are watching
the Charleston Times Television Network.
We're introducing a new show, and we're really kind of excited about it. You want to tell us a little bit about it, Ken? It's called what now?
It's called Liars, Libations, and Locations of Charleston's Sordid Past.
And boy, is there. Now, this is the first show, and we kind of want to set up what we'd like to happen on this. We want you to be involved with this. We are going to throw out different locations, different times of Charleston's recent past. People don't realize how much it's changed that quickly. I mean, brown bagging was, what, 30 years ago? Right?
Yeah.
So, and we'll talk, and those of you who are wondering what brown bagging is, in South Carolina, you couldn't have liquor by the drink. However, you were allowed to bring your own bottle in, and they would charge you for setups, right? Yeah, right. So basically what it was, they were just selling liquor. They would put, remember the little what are they called?
Mini bottles?
No, not mini bottles. The thing that you labeled, it looked like the Starship Enterprise. You know what I'm talking about? You go, and they put your name on the bottle. So in case it got raided.
You're to blame.
And basically what we're trying to get you to do is we want your memories. Okay, so a couple of things. We want you to go to the Charleston Times Facebook page. We want you to like us, and then we want you to send us your memories.
Or your questions.
Absolutely, and the thing is, we'd like to keep this in video as much as possible. So I think one of the most amazing things today, Ken, are these bad boys, all right? And the reason that I mention that is go to your friends, go to your fathers, go to your wives, go to your ex-wives. Well, no, I wouldn't suggest that, but
it works.
If it works, it works. Well, I wouldn't. Yeah. Anyway, but here's the amazing thing here, Ken. You have. Let's see if we can do this right. Okay. There you go. You have a way right there. Y'all see that? Okay. You have a way to tell your story. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to tell your story. We want you to record it. And then we want you to forward it to us at either on the Facebook page or at charlestimeseditor@gmail.com. And we'll have it
written on the bottom of the screen on it.
We were talking about key clubs a few minutes ago. Those of you who don't know what a key club is, back when integration came in, people would, there were a lot of, let's face it, the separation was still there.
I think it went maybe even a little bit further back than that, with the men not wanting their wives to be able to get into where they...
Well, actually, I think you're right. It had more to do with that.
Then it became, a little bit later on, it was a way to keep the black folk away from coming into the clubs.
To begin with, let's see, the Big Brick Club, the Ark, which I understand just closed.
It's going to be a coffee shop, I'm told.
That's kind of depressing. It really is.
From drinking to coffee.
Well, drinking to drinking. You're doing some heavy drinking down there in that coffee shop now. But, well, it's all part of the change, isn't it?
Part of the change.
But what we're trying to do is capture the fun of the old days. Because, let's see, other key clubs. Big John's. Big John's, I guess, would be the one most people would know.
Downtown.
Yeah, just closed.
The Ark and Jimmy Dengate's.
Which is now Moe's.
Uptown.
Right, Moe's Uptown.
Across
which
town.
is, by the way, a wonderful, wonderful bar.
Neighborhood tavern.
And what I find interesting is that a lot of these places, like the Big Brick Club was on East Bay, wasn't it?
East Bay.
Right.
To start with.
No, I'm talking about the new one.
Oh,
There was a new one that burnt down.
right.
Remember they had that fire?
Yeah, they just had a fire. That was the brick. Okay, yeah.
Now, those of you who don't know, the Big Brick Club was on Fulton Street. And Kenny, here's a little piece of nickel knowledge for you. That house on Fulton Street is the only building in the state of South Carolina to have been built as a house of ill repute.
Wow. Did not know that.
That's the only one. And when George,
I knew it had been a house of ill repute, but I didn't know it was.
as a matter of fact, it played a part in history.
Yeah.
What was his name? Connor, General Connor, who had his lost one of his legs during the war between the states. When they had the Big Brick Club over there, all of the Yankee generals would go over there and entertain, right? Well, the madam was a Southern girl through and through. And so while all of the shenanigans were going on, this, late 1860s, when all of the shenanigans were going on downstairs, Connor and his men, the red shirts, is what they were called, Connor and his men heard all of their plans, and that's how they were able to take the city back. So that's how we got the city back.
There's a piece of history there.
Well, now see, here's the thing. People don't realize how incredibly corrupt we were. Not corrupt. That wouldn't be, well, we were corrupt, but what's the word? Degenerate. I remember when you and I were children, you go into the market right now, and it's just beautiful, isn't it? They've done a hell of a job.
Market Street.
And they damn well better have, since that was our money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's hard to really understand, ladies and gentlemen, how incredibly just dirt poor. I mean, back in the 60s, you went in there, you had all of these, you had a cab stand in there, and you also had these little hot dog stand, which were not hot dogs. They were like bootleggers.
Yeah, and they also sold bootleg liquor.
Do you know one of the interesting places that sold bootleg liquor was, you know where Kirkland Lane is?
Yes, I do.
Right. If you go 2 doors east, Kirkland Lane, I don't know what the house looks like now. It used to be pink. And that fella was open 24/7. And what you do is you go in there and you spend $2 for a half pint of liquor, which back in those days was serious money. But you could always get that pint of gin. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, another thing that I think we're going to try, and once again, smartphone, I have some speakers right here that I can attach this to the phone, and next week and this is a good time for us, right, to do this? All right, so we'll make this the time, like from 1 to 2, Wednesday afternoon. And what we'll do is we'll have you either call in, and you can be part of the show. We'll give you the number next, well, I'm not going to do it yet.
No.
But we'll give you the number next week. But we want this to go as live as we possibly can. We actually, oddly enough, had the capacity to go live, but just don't want to set it up right now. So just remember this. Ain't nothing good happened after midnight, dude. Or that I can remember anyway.
I think Chief Conroy said that.
Yeah, I think he did. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.